The Hmong have been an unknown civilization for many generations according to many researchers. There is no actual evidence as to where the group originated from, except for oral stories that have been passed down from generations to generations. There are certain theories of the largest minority groups in China, who have lived mainly in Guizhou, Yunnan, Hunan, Hubei, and Henan provinces. Today they can be found in America, France, Australia, Thailand, and Vietnam.
Maybe I should give you my other disc too.
Y yue hai yue mu ya y leng tư la chi cha quả yue mu ya y leng tư la chi cha nhẹ yue mu ya
Hmong are divided up into several branches, such as Black Hmong, White Hmong, Straight Hmong, Green Hmong, and Blue Hmong. The differences between the branches are the clothing and the dialect, Green and White. Green and White are the two different dialects of the unified Hmong ethnic minority languages. It's kind of like speaking British English and American English. The difference around balance, the person will become ill. Shamanism is a traditional belief and practices concerned with communication of the spirit world that has been practiced throughout many generations in the Hmong culture. In the Hmong culture, a Hmong shaman is a traditional healer who travels into the spirit world to determine and treat the spiritual of diseases or sickness. The sickness can be determined by bad dreams, fatigue, weakness, or loneliness. The shaman can cure a sick person by retrieving the lost or captured souls of their ill person in a special ritual ceremony. When a shaman performs a ceremony, he or she goes into a trance and veils his or her eyes with a black cloth to see the spirits, so they can communicate. They then sit on the bench and faces the altar and calls for their teacher spirits to come cure the person. According to many elders, anyone can become a shaman. Men and women, and even children, can become the chosen one through long periods of sickness by the spirits. It does not matter what kind of sex, age the individual is. The shaman who diagnoses the chosen one becomes his or her master shaman teacher. After the chosen one agrees to become a shaman, the illness then can be cured. It takes many years for the chosen one to learn the chant and procedure of a shaman. It takes at least 3 years of learning to know the sacred chants and procedures of the shamanic rites as well as the name and nature of the legion of evil spirits who bring harm and suffering to mankind. The Hmong also believes in afterlife, which is why Hmong funerals are very sacred and must be performed with proper guidance. During Hmong funerals, Hmong instrumentals such as the kling are usually performed to send the soul of the dead and the spirits to heaven. The kling is kind of like a guidance that helps lead the soul to the right direction, so that the soul will come back to their ancestors for reincarnation. Oftentimes, the Hmong will question why they came to America. The reason for this is because of their involvement in the Secret War. The Secret War was another war that began in Laos, with the spread of communism between the Communist Pathet Lao and the Royal Laotian government. In the early 1960s, the United States Central Intelligence Agency began to recruit, train, and lead the Hmong in Laos to join the fight.
Special concern with the problem in Laos goes back to 1954. That year at Geneva, a large group of powers agreed to a settlement of the struggle for Indochina. Laos was one of the new states which had recently emerged from the French Union, and it was the clear premise of the 1954 settlement that this new country would be neutral, free of external domination by any
policy. Yanama American Chimo Sata and Pelu teacher. The she Yala Kotena Watake Ho Chi Minh Pan Lotichumla Tom Ronyala Kate Yanama American Tonkan Kambla no Pa America Thai Take Ho Chi Minh Theo Pa khởi cho năng bình nhỏ tua bông tờ nhớ là thêm lo chế tê có thi pê giờ cả hắc xả lô ra đà bề bộ phạt thi giờ là lấy chơi hoa tài tua thích chơi nó tua đồ Washington DC chỉ hoa tài đã cá lò gì hoa tài là cẩm sang đờiประธานาธิบดีจอห์น เอฟ เคนเนดีกาป้าอเมริกาเนี่ยรอเจรัฐบาลจีนสร้างกับกูน้องทออเมริกาว่าจะหูหรือน้องเจอเมริกาหลังเจอตัวสอนถึงฟักกี้แต่ยังที่ชิมรอมียากูซึ่งมาเทียป้าตัวเลยเจออเมริกาต้นเทียกูเทียเจกูก็ตกลงป้าอเมริกาเจอหรืออเมริกาต้องการเธอที่เขาเดี๋ยวเขาตายนะสร้าง
Historical figure was asked to lead and recruit an army known as Special Guerrilla. They're asked to help break fight along the Ho Chi Minh Trail, one of the most deadliest and dangerous trails to cut off North Vietnamese supply lines, and to help rescue missions to save drowned American pilots in Laos. By attacking these supply lines,
I don't want to fight anymore. But unfortunately, if they do not protect themselves, they will all be killed and tortured.
An arduous trek through thick jungle, a journey to find a lost tribe. People who've been hit around and you can't see much prospect for improvement. the emotion of these people. They've really come to the end of the line. They believe that if nobody helps them, it is really the end of the line and the end of the Hmong. Something like 580,000 people, Hmong, have died in the last 32 years, they claim. And if it doesn't get a solution, this problem, they reckon that all of the Hmong are going to die here in the jungle. The area is close to the Vietnam border, and where the Vietnamese communists had their supply lines, it was called the Ho Chi Minh Trail. 60,000 Hmong were recruited by America as part of the CIA's so-called secret army to fight the Viet Cong. But the fight against the Laos Communist forces has continued long after the Vietnam War. Today, 155 people live in the community, most of them born after 1975.
Refugee camps are very small, barbed-wired, crowded camps that the Hmong had to live in before coming to America. The conditions in these camps are harsh and no sanitation. There are many refugee camps in Thailand. The most well-known one was Ban Vinai. It had about 40,000 people, and half of the residents were minors, with 1/3 of these minors were children. Houses were built next to each other, one family living in one room. Because there were limited spaces, many families had to share houses.